my dear Taurus. This is a love reading, a prediction for Pisces season, February 19 to March 20, 2020, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. The first reading I did was for the birthday sign, and I'm reading the other signs in the order of most appreciated videos from the previous love readings published for Aquarius season. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel, if you're curious when your sign is going to come up. This will be a love reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising sign and Venus, Vedic or tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, it might as well be the person or the situation you're dealing with. Use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. And for those of you that is single, this reading can be used as either situations with family, friends, work partners, whatever. It can also be a relationship between you and yourself. So feminine side, masculine side, and maybe a known side, shadow side, or known side, shadow side. It's depending on where you are identifying yourself, your conscious self to be. Okay, I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Gilded Tarot with Ciro Marchetti. So when I open the deck here, I see Ace of Cups in reversed with the King of Swords in the upright position. So this is a situation with someone looking at the love being kind of spelled out and trying to be rather cool with it, rather stoic about it, accepting that this is the fact, but still kind of trying to getting as much knowledge and experience and wisdom from this situation as possible. So for example, why did this love relationship went wrong? Or why do I feel so sad? Or why can't I find happiness in my life? Which is all what this Ace of Cups is representing, overflowing abundance and happiness. And this is Aquarius, usually can be a Gemini or a Libra, but it might be yourself in this case. So I call the Divine with Love and Light. And here we have a Six of Cups with the Ace of Cups in the reversed. So someone in this dynamics might want to reconcile the relationship, but it might also be that the answer to this issue is to be found in a childhood. Okay, in the childhood patterns. Like when we are children, we are very fresh to the world. So everything is kind of being taken in with open eyes and open ears. And eventually we start to think that, now I get it. Okay, so we have decided upon certain opinions, certain patterns of reaction, certain patterns of action, that has made up our personality. For example, some people might be overachievers, very responsible, always seem to have control, to not make bad things happen. So that is a childhood pattern. Another person can have a childhood pattern of acting destructive because they want to be helped. They want to act helpless so other people can come and help them. So it's different childhood patterns. And it seems that we can find the reason for our unhappiness or the problems in our relationships in childhood. But someone wants to fix it by reconciling, when we say I'm sorry and I didn't mean it. And that can bring back the joy as well. So I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world. And here we see the Chariot, number 7, together with the 6 of Cups. So I think the want for this, fixing this is great. Like we want to fix our childhood. We want to heal. We want to fix our relationship. We want to be happy in our relationships. We want that person back maybe. But with the Chariot in reverse, nothing is being done towards it. It's much like what we saw in the first picture when someone sat instead at the upside down cup, but really didn't do anything about it. So it's like the world is breaking apart around us, but we stoically just accept it and we don't do anything about it. We want reconciliation, but we don't do anything about it. And it might be you or another person that's acting like this. So I call the 6 elements. And here we have the Queen of Cups with the Six of Cups. So this, what I immediately felt was some fear in my solar plexus area. So I think the Queen of Cups is usually the one who wants to reconcile, wants to fix things, doesn't like when there's a conflict. But here she's afraid to do so. I don't know exactly why. Maybe she thinks it's no idea. Maybe she thinks it's the other person's turn. Maybe she doesn't really know what she wants. Okay, it might be that emotionally we want to fix it, but we don't know that it's going to go bad eventually anyway, because maybe the relationship isn't right, or the situation isn't right. So she's hesitating with this reconciliation. So 6 elements: earth, wind, fire, water, spirit, and ether, to join us here today and give us a clear view reading for my dear Sagittarius Taurus viewers. So I want my dear Taurus to have love in their lives and to find themselves in loving relationships. I also want you to have creative success and to be able to walk on your highest path towards your highest destiny. So beautiful. Okay, so I'm just going to tune in for a few seconds here to you and your situation in Pisces season, Taurus. So, my dear Taurus, this is the new bottom of the deck, and we have a Queen of Wands, so she's a little bit in opposition to the Queen of Cups. She's fire, Queen of Cups is water. So this might be the person you are dealing with, or this might be you. But this might also be the decision that the Queen of Cups is making, that she doesn't want to be the victim. She's taking charge. She can turn her life around. It doesn't matter what other people do. She can take responsibility for what she is doing to make her life better. So it's a person that feels very resourceful and strong and able, so a person that's not really scared and is not dependent on other people to have success. She wants other people in her life because this is a very social creature, but if people are acting bad, she will tell them, or she will, rearrange the situation. So it's like she's a problem solver, basically. And this is the old bottom of the deck, and it's the Six of Cups, where the only thing you wanted was to fix things and not be in arguments with people, not have enemies, not to create bad situation or bad harmony or bad karma. So all your focus was on fixing things, living in harmony with other people, and that might have made you a little bit like an easy target for people that wants to have power, because they can threaten you with an argument, or with not forgiving you if you don't do what they want you to do, and then you become a codependent and towards another person's destructive behavior. But this person, she's not a codependent. Okay, so this is what's on your conscious mind about this other person or the situation, and this is the situation itself. And this is what's on this other person or your opposition's mind about you. This is your feelings towards them. This is the bond between you, or the emotional bond between you. This is their feelings towards you. This is your behaviors and attitudes, the outcome, and their behaviors and attitudes. So I'll start with the situation here. And we have a King of Pentacles, which is Taurus. So this shows a situation where we don't really know what to choose or how to move forward. We want to have a good foundation. We don't want to. It's much like this responsible kid that I was talking about in the beginning. Like this person that wants to take a lot of responsibility to see to that things are going okay and that the result will be good. So it's a person that doesn't take chances, that actually wants to have things being secure, and they want to be the best version of themselves to make the best possible outcome. So this is a person that doesn't gamble that much. It's a situation where we try to weigh pros and cons and make the most sensible choice and move forward with caution so that we don't end up in a problematic situation. And this might have been like your go-to move, like your pattern from childhood for a very long time, that you are this very loyal person that anyone can depend on. If you say that you're going to do a certain thing, you do a certain thing. And it makes you very reliable, but it usually makes you also draw into your circle people that's not particularly reliable. So it can turn into a situation where we overfunction and do more than our fair share. So this is what's on your conscious mind about them. And we have a Page of Pentacles. So it seems like you have the same idea about them as you have about yourself. Usually we're all like that. If we know ourselves to be good people and to always have good intentions, we think everyone has good intentions. And if we think we are very suspicious towards our own loyalty or our own moral codes, we think that everyone else is like shady. And here it seems like you have a very good view about this other person. You think that they are loyal, dependable, they always try their best, they're always giving their best, and even if they don't have the experience that to make it like perfect or okay even, they have the best intentions. They really try to do the best thing that they can with the situation. And this is what's on their conscious mind about you. And we have an Ace of Swords. So the Ace of Swords is a little bit sharper energy. It's a person that is very certain on themselves, and they know what they want to communicate. And this is about communication or letters. It might even be a conflict or a fight. Ace of Swords is blood, sweat and tears, victory at last. So I think that this is a person that wants something from you, or they are looking at you as a person that wants something from them. But I think this person is a little bit more self-centered, because I asked what are their conscious mind, what's on their conscious mind about you, and the only thing I'm getting up is their plan about communication, what they want from the situation, how they want you to act or respond towards their communication. So I don't think that they are so oriented towards you. I think they are very oriented towards controlling and fixing themselves. This is a little bit puzzling. I'm going to take energy oracle card to clarify this, what's on their mind here. Whoops. The Thinking Woman, and in the reversed. So I think they have a better plan than you. Okay, that you are thinking a lot and having this great plan, and you know how things needs to be done, and you think that they are on board, but they seem to not trust in your judgment really here. They have an alternative plan is what I'm feeling. Okay, so we move on. This is your common energies, and we have strength, and it comes strength kind of from their side towards you here, and they also have the Ace of Swords. So it feels very like strong, and like a person marching in like this, and they have their sword there. So I don't feel like they are hostile or angry or anything like this. They are just very, very convinced that they are right, and they want to convince you about the same. And it seems to be not such a big problem, because you're so set on like negotiation and being good and doing the right thing. So we'll see where it goes with this. This is your feelings for them, and we have a Three of Cups in the reversed. So it seems like you have become very disappointed on them for some reason. Three of Cups, it's this spilled cup again. I want to see what's that situation is all about. Goddess of the Moon. So it's something, you're suspecting something, you're suspicious towards them, so you don't trust them. You seem to trust, a lot, but this is the fun part with this thing. We can be like consciously, we can be this person that think the best of everyone, but subconsciously we don't trust anyone. And this is a deeper layer of you where you have a very hard time to trust people. And it might be because of this simple reason that you are too trusting towards people that's maybe not trustworthy. So that makes you, on the other hand, when you have trusted them and gave them the keys to your castle and everything, then you start to become suspicious and start to think, hey, I wonder what they are doing. Are they out with another person? Are they selling the keys to my castle, to making copies and giving them out on the square? Or what is happening? So it seems like there's a lack of trust here. You want to see them as this good person, but deep down you don't, and they are trying to convince you of something. Let's see what that is. This is their feelings. 6 of Swords in the reversed. 6 of Swords. They're trying to convince you of something, and they don't even know what it is that they want to convince you about, because this person doesn't have their shit together. So I want to see what it is that they are trying to convince you so hard about. 4th chakra, Archangel Raphael, so the heart chakra. This is connected to the Lover's card, and it's emotions here, moon and waters, and these relationships and the swords. So I think they're trying to convince you that they have the best intentions, and that you are overthinking things, and it's not like what you have suspected or what you're suspicious of, and they're trying to convince you that they are the best person ever, like the person that you first saw when you met them, or the person that they have made themselves out to be, or that you so willingly hoped that they would be. So now they're trying to convince you of being trustworthy, but with these 2 cards in the reversed, I don't think they are. I don't think they are like evil-spirited either. It's just that they don't know themselves and their heart that good. I felt like a blank spot here when I'm asking about their feelings. They don't even know their feelings. So how do they know that they are trustworthy in this situation? Because their feelings seems to be disconnected from them, and that means when we are disconnected from a part of us, it means that this is our shadow, and the shadow can do stupid things. In the most funny situations, it's when you have, for example, Tourette's syndrome, and for example, this can come out as cursing and things like that. That's not so fun for the person that's having this condition, or nothing about this is fun for the person having this condition. But I knew a story about a woman that had Tourette's, and she was like trying to separate bones from the fish that she was supposed to eat, but her other side was taking the bones and putting them into her mouth. And so from the outside it's very funny. For her it wasn't particularly funny, but it's a very good picture of a great, very clear separation from your shadow. Your shadow has become like an own entity that's even controlling one of your arms. And I think it's like this for this person, that they have a little bit emotional Tourette's. So they can do very stupid things, and they are not even aware about it. And you are subconsciously aware about it. You don't want to, because you want to trust them. But subconsciously you are aware that they are probably not particularly trustworthy, because they don't know their feelings. They have a big blank spot here where they don't have control over a big part of themselves. So this is your behaviors and attitudes towards them. And it's a 10 of Wands. So you're carrying a lot of burdens here. Like first your own emotions of not trusting them. And you're trying to not communicate this that much, because you don't want to upset them. You don't want to be this person that's jealous, or don't trust the person, overly suspicious, things like this. So you're trying to carry this, and you see things, you find receipts, you smell something, but you're trying to keep it for yourself, because you don't want to be this crazy person that's running around being suspicious of everything. Or you might weigh things like how they acted towards their father, but then how they did towards you, that it was very unfair, that they can do this for their father but they can't do this for you, things like this. And you try to not voice your concerns, and you're trying to, carry both their load and your own load here. What you really need to do is to communicate that I want to trust you, and I have this idea that you are a very good person, because the most I see of you is that you are a very good person. You're trying your best in all situations. But for me, it seems like you promise me things, but there's really often that you don't follow through on these promises about how you're going to act in certain situation, for example. And we need to talk about that. So you need to not oppress your own your own signals that comes from the goddess of the moon that has detected these shadows. So this is your shadow that you're trying to, half of yourself, your own strength probably, you're trying to not communicate it. You let this person communicate their reality to you, but you don't communicate your reality back because you don't want a conflict probably. This is their behaviors and attitudes towards you. So they're not really acting like a partner. They're more acting like they just want to convince you of their worldview, and you should shut up with your worries, basically. So they're not being the best partner in this situation. And maybe with this Three of Cups and the Two of Cups in the reverse and the Ace of Cups in the reverse, they're actually doing things that's not particularly loyal towards the relationship as well. And this is the outcome. And we have the Star in the reverse. So the Star is always a good card. But when it comes in the reverse, it shows like, yeah, you're still on the right path, but you start to feel like hopelessness or doubts, or is this really the right thing? We also have 17. Star is the 17, 1 plus 7, 8 strength card here. You might be dealing with a Leo or fire sign in general, or air sign, or another water sign. This is Aquarius, Leo. Yeah, okay, so it's like they are your hero in some way. They are your hope, but this hope is starting to weaken. Maybe the hero isn't as spotless or have as good intentions as you thought them to have, and you need to look at the truth here and take the bull by the horn and talk about your suspicions and your, like in a diplomatic way, taking responsibility for it. Of course, I have these feelings, like I don't trust you fully. I don't know if it's my issue or if it's something you are doing that makes me not trust you, but we need to talk about it. I need to be able to ask you questions, and you needs to be able to answer them, and many times until I think I understand what's going on and I can trust the situation. So heart-to-heart conversation is what the Romance Angels deck wants to talk about you, talk with you about. Honest, discuss your feelings with each other. So this is what needs to happen. They can't go around kind of turning their back towards this relationship, blaming you for, it's like you carry the dog's head even if they are doing the wrong thing, because you are so ready to carry everything for everyone. So that's the fun dynamic that you need to, rebalance. It can't be in that way. So, my dear Taurus, I hope this was helpful. And if you still are puzzled and need more information, you can go to my first channel page. There's love readings up there for Aquarius season, and we are smack in the middle of Aquarius season right now. You can also turn to the near personal and pick a card readings. That's on the same page, and see if there's something there that can help you with this situation. I will also sprinkle out more near personal readings and maybe pick a card readings during February. And in the end of February, I will come with this same type of love reading as now, but for Aries season. So until then, take really good care, and bye-bye.